guys, John from SurfFX with Guy, and we're looking at the new Axis Downwind Frank board, the MAKO. MAKO is obviously a very fast shark, so they wanted to make it a very fast-sounding board.
Good one. It is.
Yeah, you've been riding this. You've had a prototype for a couple months now.
I was very lucky. Yeah, Adrian gave me one early, and he did that because we're all skeptical on the width being stable, and he was right. I didn't think I could paddle 16.5 and got on it, and it was amazing. So I think everyone already knows the board sits in the middle part of the board sitting in the water due to that nose and tail rocker. It just locks in, and so it's very stable. And even guys now with this first shipment we've had that's completely nearly gone, are ringing and just raving about it.
We've had a few calls from the guys, and it's only been we've only got them 4 days ago. And yeah, a lot of people have been raving about it. Yeah,
most of the local guys have already gone straight to the beach the day they got them and been reporting back that basically easiest to get up on foil. Most of these guys are surfing them too, a few flat water paddling them. One of my buddies paddled my board who's 85 kilos, and he paddled it up on flat water at 100 litres, and he's bought the 110 litre, so that's quite impressive too.
So the stability from this board comes from, according from Adrian, from Axis and the designer, and Frank, that it's not like a straight piece of wood in the water. You know, a straight piece of wood will roll easily in the water, but if it's a bent stick, it's always going to want to right itself to a certain point. So that's where you can see the rocker, the tail rocker out behind the boxes, the nose rocker on the front. That's where you're getting your stability from, even though it's really narrow.
Yeah, so it locks it in. It doesn't want to move side to side, and it basically, I feel like this real low volume in the nose would normally be a problem. You'd normally bury the nose, but I'm pulling my foil. The better you get on it, the more I'm bringing the foil back in the boxes, and the more this feels like it just wants to go down. So a lot of the time you'll be pushing into the bump and you'll actually go forward. You'll project forward and get up on foil through the bump rather than hunting behind, searching or pumping back off. You're already in it. So it's really nice to feel like it's actually paddling down a hill.
And the weight probably helps with that, because these boards are
the lightest.
Very light. So they are a PVC wrap carbon board. You can actually see the layups in quite a few of these. You can see it right here on the top. So you've got multiple layers coming through here. 5 layers of carbon on the rails, which is pretty impressive. You can see little extra patches on the nose, and there's a little bit of like a rail saver type material on the nose and tail where it's going to, will rub in the back of a car or on the ground when you're setting up. But the bottom, you can really see this. The middle section is 1 layer of carbon, and then they've got triangle areas where the patches lay up to get the tail, to keep the box rigid. Pretty awesome. And more layers here. You can see the construction of this board.
Yeah, it's really hard to find where I've hit the board. We've been taping guys' boards. I don't use tape, haven't, and we can't even see. Some of the most brutal paddlers on the Gold Coast have been using my board, and we can't even tell. But boxes too, really nice to just slot your foil in. We have our T-nuts in the top plate, and you can just slide them in, which is nice.
There's enough angle and space to do it.
And yeah, like flat water paddle ups, when you move it forward, like some of the problem I've had is I've on my second paddle been foiling, and I don't even know it's going to come up, and I'm stalling out because I've got up too quick. So I've moved it back and back and back. But it's great, even though when it was forward, in one of the videos we looked, it looked like the foil's in the middle of the board. I could still shuffle forward. They've got enough deck grip to still come forward, and I still wasn't anywhere near this. So even though I had it right in the middle, if you want to learn and get up on bumps, I feel like you can just shuffle forward when you're up on foil, which is nice. Some boards feel like you're a bit nose up when you put the foil too far forward.
The deck grip on here is a light corduroy, so it's not a super aggressive tear your knees and legs apart. Little tiny bit of a concave. I mean, very, very slight, but the grip goes all the way to the edge.
Yeah.
And you've got a little bit of a ridge on the front because you do have a higher nose profile there to kind of, the shedding water kind of thing there. But otherwise, it's just a nice, flat, easy deck grip with markings to see where your feet are.
Yeah, overall, it's amazing. People are loving it. I don't find a single thing bad to say about it.
The bags for this board that they come with are freaking awesome. They're really quite a top quality bag.
Super
Should
thick,
have one
travel.
magically appear. And look at that, it magically appeared. So that's the bag. It's quite a well padded bag, multiple zips, plastic zippers, thankfully, so there's nothing to rust. Massive, massive zip line through the middle to put your foil through, so you got a huge range. You can put it in through the box, which is fantastic. Good pockets and things like that. There's a big, that whole Axis logo is a pocket. And inside, you've got reinforced areas and ventilated areas and stuff. So
traveling cones, nose and
yeah,
tail.
they come with where are those nose cones here in here somewhere? They give you like a kind of a hard foam nose and tail cones. Really well, yeah, it's the value of that is great. And they're not super expensive, these boards. I mean, it's a PVC carbon board, so they're not, you know, dirt cheap, but they're definitely not as expensive as a lot of the other ones on the market, which is awesome, awesome value for Axis.
He's done well. What is it? The bent log? What are you going to say?
Yeah, it's kinked like you.
I'm a little bit more bent than this.